Cristiano Ronaldo has constantly evolved throughout his career, and today we look at 3 things every player can try and learn from the young Manchester United era Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes, he was fast, skillful and exciting, and while this is not an episode about any one particular skill move, I'm sure you'll get a lot of ideas out of this episode. Let's go! Number 1. Play with your strengths. Okay, this one is a weird one to explain, but hear me out. From the moment Ronaldo stepped on the pitch in the United shirt, it was obvious for everyone we were dealing with a unique player. He was flashy with step-overs, fast with his footwork, and would try to beat multiple players before passing the ball. Quite simply, his game was all about maximizing his main strengths and, of course, executing them incredibly well. And there's something to learn about that, because oftentimes young players, when they do get their chance on the pitch or try to make it into a team at tryouts, for whatever reason, all of a sudden they try to change their game, try things with the ball they've never done before to try and impress scouts, coaches, whatever, which usually is a recipe for a disaster. I can guarantee you that whatever we saw CR7 doing in matches, he had repeated those things thousands of times at the training ground. So if your game is all about passing the ball, you're really good at it, and have figured out you're not as strong beating defenders, it's not the best idea to decide to change that when you step on the pitch during a game where it matters the most. And please, I'm not saying you shouldn't try and beat players. The example could have been about anything. The key message is, don't try and reinvent your entire game when you finally get your shots. Play with your strengths and have faith those strengths were the reason the coach put you on in the first place. Yes, you constantly want to challenge yourself to learn new skills and never stop improving. But reinventing yourself in the middle of a game because you feel like you need to do more than you actually can is not a good idea. Play with your strengths. As I said, bit of a tricky one to explain, but I hope you got what I'm after. Number 2. Improve your weak foot. Now, throughout his career, Ronaldo has averaged around 20% of his goals with his left foot. And already at Manchester United, out of his 84 Premier League goals, he scored 14 with his weaker left foot. And beyond just scoring goals, a part of Ronaldo's game at Manchester United was the fact that he was dangerous with both feet and was able to dribble, cross, and simply play the ball with left and right foot. And this is something you can take away from the Manchester United young Cristiano Ronaldo. Regardless of your position, improving your weak foot will immediately make you a much more dangerous player on the pitch, because you're comfortable going to your weaker side to pass or shoot the ball. And while this might sound like such an obvious thing, a lot of players, perhaps including yourself, choose to completely ignore working on their weak foot. Now, if you're struggling to find ways to improve your weak foot, the boring but honest answer is, whatever you did to make your strong foot, repeat that with your weak foot. That's it. There are no shortcuts here. It requires years of consistent practice. But from beating defenders to scoring goals, one of the reasons defenders had a hard time with the young CR7 was the fact that if they let him go to his so-called weaker side, he was more than happy to do just that. So, one clear action step you can implement to your training from watching old CR7 Manchester United highlights is the importance of working on your weak foot. It will pay dividends for the rest of your career. And lastly, number 3. Set unrealistic goals and back it up. Okay, we've heard a lot of Ronaldo's ex-United teammates describe how he was always determined to become the best footballer in the world, even as a young, unestablished teenager. But unlike most others who just throw a wild phrase like that around, all of his teammates could quickly see that Ronaldo not only said it to everyone's face, but also backed it up with relentless amount of work. Now, this doesn't mean your goal should be to become the best player in the world, but setting incredibly ambitious goals in whatever you do in life and backing that up with more than just words will ensure that you'll always demand the best from yourself. You never settle for mediocrity. Quite simply, you hold yourself accountable for everything you do and never accept anything less than the maximum efforts. Yes, these are things that are easy to say, but successful people like CR7 didn't get to where they are today by thinking, yeah, it's fine if I make 20 appearances in the United shirt. No, if you don't believe in yourself, no one will do it for you, as harsh as it might sound. And the honest truth is that realistic goals will lead you to live an average life. Now, the challenge is to have the strength and will to not settle with being average. Because, let's face it, realistic and easy goals are comfortable. Everyone around you believes in your average goals. But can you take the heat and the occasional banter at the dressing room because your goals are sky high? Ronaldo could. That's why he is the player he is today. And that, along with putting in the actual work, is something we can all strive to learn from him. Something he already displayed during his early United days. And that wraps it up for today's episode. Hopefully, there were a few pointers that really made you think about your own training and football life. Let us know in the comment section below what kind of videos we should do next here on Unisport Web TV. And make sure to smash the like button to show us you enjoyed this one. Subscribe to our channel for more videos about all things football. And with those words, I'm out.